When will you bring me my love all along the wild Atlantic way? 60 years in Nova Scotia, waiting for the day we're returning homeward all along the wild Atlantic way. So when will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love all along the wild Atlantic way? Remember the day we spent in Bunbeg, a shipwreck in the bay. We sat and watched the northwest sunset all along the wild Atlantic way. Or the time that we climbed Crowpatrick and nearly went astray, and our legs are aching, falling off us all along the wild Atlantic way. So when will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love all along the wild Atlantic way? Night that we went skinny dipping down in Derrynay, smelling Galway's salted ocean all along the wild Atlantic way. The time that we met Willie Clancy piping in Malbay, sang and danced till the early morning all along the wild Atlantic way. Fish near Dingle as Currachs rode away, and wait for you with the half-light gloaming all along the wild Atlantic way. Or cycling back from the Black Ball Head, skin salty from the spray, and the ocean looming out beyond us all along the wild Atlantic way. So when will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love all along the wild Atlantic way? Yes, when will you bring me my love? I'm counting down the days. When will you bring me my love all along the wild Atlantic way?
Fáilte agus díomh Gléir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Kathleen O'Neill, along with Bruce Smith, inviting you to 2 hours of Irish music, news, and announcements on Detroit Irish Radio at crbradio.com. The call-in number is 313-942-0159. We also want to remind you that you can listen now, thanks to Mary Bongiorno, on Detroit Irish Radio Facebook or at crbradio.com, Studio 2. Later on, you can also listen to the show at YouTube, Detroit Irish Radio, thanks to Bruce, and to the Gaelic League website. A little reminder that we are working on the radio page of the website, so right now, if you're going to go back and listen to previous shows, you can only go back from the first of the year. Also reminding you that we are here at the Gaelic League Irish American Club, located at 2068 Michigan Avenue in Corktown, Detroit. Our bartender today is Kelly Kavanaugh. Just come on down and meet her and be kind to her, because this is her first day behind the Gaelic League bar.
Hey, no one was nice to me my first day. Come on.
Oh, but Bruce, they already knew you.
That's true.
Well, some of us would know Kelly too, because she's been around and part of the Corktown scene for a long time. But
Come down and welcome her, yeah.
yes, it'd be very nice. And also coming up today is we have some of our DEMA members, Detroit Irish Music Association members, are going to be having a session here in the lounge area from 3 to 5 today, with some of them coming in a little early to play a couple of tunes for us at the end of the program. So lots of good things happening, and all of you are welcome to come down and be a part of it, whether you're going to play a musical instrument or just enjoy the music. So we started today. Last week we did Roads, the Irish Roads, and we talked about the Wild Atlantic Way, and we had Aoife Scott sing it. Well, today thought it would be most appropriate that we delve into the Wild Atlantic Way a little bit more, and this time have the one that was co-writer of the song, Endon Riley, sing his version of it, which is just a little bit different, but as beautiful as Aoife Scott. So what we're going to do is travel along the Wild Atlantic Way. This was a term that was commissioned in, I think, 2014 by the Minister of State for Tourism and Sport. It is, interesting enough, the longest trail or path along the coast, Irish coast, or around the world for that matter, is the Wild Atlantic Way. So we're going to stop into a lot of the different counties and towns and some listen to a few songs about the mountains that are cliffs that are along the way as well. There are 9 counties that the Atlantic Way is part of, 3 provinces. It goes through the 3 provinces, starting up way at the top at Mallinhead and Inishowen, County Donegal. Following down, it's Leitrim, Sligo, Mayo, Galway, Clare, Limerick, Kerry, and ends up in Kinsale, Cork. So what I'm hoping to do today is get through at least those counties and play at least one song from each. If we get a chance, we'll do 2, and you'll be learning a little bit about the Wild Atlantic Way along the way. So let's get started. Are you ready to travel? We'll start off with our late wonderful accordionist, good friend here in the Gaelic League Irish American Club, and certainly in the Detroit metro area, and that is the late Brian Bonner, with the song from Donegal, Beautiful Bundoran. And then we'll follow next with the Carleton Show Band with Lovely Leitrim.
Beautiful Bundoran, by the silvery sea, your golden strand charms so grand, ever calling me, where a welcome's always waiting, and happiness for all. In beautiful Bundoran, the Queen of Donegal, in the heart of old 𝐶𝐞𝐭𝐫𝐫, where the blue hills kiss the sky, and the wild waves from the ocean croon haunting lullaby, where the little roads go wandering by the Rosses to the sea. There's a tiny bit of heaven in my heart will always be. Beautiful Bundoran, by the silvery sea, your golden strand charms so grand, ever calling me, where a welcome's always waiting, and happiness for all. In beautiful Bundoran, the Queen of Donegal. Oh, the charms of old Ireland, in this little place you'll find, with its beauty, with our treasure, and its people true and kind. Sure then, it's time to party. It's not hard to understand why you leave your heart behind you in this little fairyland. Beautiful Honduran, by the silvery sea, your golden strand charms so grand, ever calling me, where a welcome's always waiting, and happiness for all, and beautiful Honduran, the Queen of Donegal. And beautiful Honduran, the Queen of Donegal.
Last night I had a pleasant dream. I woke up with a smile. I dreamt that I was back again in dear old 𝐷𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐴𝐻𝐸𝐻 Isle. I thought I saw Loch Gallen's banks in the valleys down below. It was my lovely Leitrim where the Shannon waters flow. I stood enchanted by the scene of grandeur and delight. I headed on for Carricktown before the dark of night. I passed Shimore, that fairy hill where flowers wildly grow, and I saw the grave of Finn McCool where the Shannon waters flow. The next I saw was Fianna town with their ancient abbey walls, where the preaching of her holy monks re-echoes through her halls. I stood with reverence on the spot, reluctant for to go, from the town of saints and sages where the Shannon waters flow. I've travelled far through these great lands, from the east until the west, but of all the islands I have seen, I love my own the best. And if ever I return again, there's one place I will go. It will be to lovely Leitrim where the Shannon waters flow.
All right, we're off to a great start along the Atlantic Way, and the next step along the way would be Sligo, but we're going to hear from someone that just was in Sligo last week, and that's our good friend Pork Egan. Pork, welcome back to Detroit area. How are you doing?
Great, Kathleen. Well, you mentioned the Atlantic Way. I was on it last Tuesday. There's a small seaside town in Sligo called Enniscrone, and Enniscrone is actually a really very nice town, village, and it's known to have one of the longest beaches in Ireland. So if anybody is along the Atlantic Way and they want to stop into a nice seaside town, I'd recommend Enniscrone. And don't expect a nice sunshine and a nice sandy beach. But if you like the wild Atlantic Way, you'll like Enniscrone. So, Kathleen, as you know, I usually call in with GAA news, and that's what I'm going to do today. But because I just returned from Ireland, I just thought I'd spend a short time speaking about that.
Oh, absolutely. We love to hear about your trip.
Well, and it's really for listeners that may be thinking about going to Ireland, later on in the year. And over the years, we've gone many different ways to Dublin or to Shannon. Typically, it involves one stop. So we've gone through Boston, New York, Atlanta, Frankfurt, and I'm sure anyone that has been back and forth from Ireland has gone the same routes. And on this occasion, we went through Chicago, which was terrific on our outbound flight, but not so much coming back. Luggage was late coming off the plane, so meant to delay, and we ended up missing our connecting flight to Detroit. So it turned out to be a 30-hour journey from Tubbercurry, Sligo back to Detroit.
Wow. Rough.
So that wasn't good. But the good news I wanted to, this is really the reason I mentioned that. The good news, in case you haven't heard, beginning in late May of this year, there will now be a direct flight from Cleveland to Dublin.
Isn't that wonderful? And that's with Aer Lingus, right?
I'm not sure what airline is doing it, but from late May, you can, for people living in this area, we can drive to Cleveland, and obviously not such a busy place as Chicago and so on, and get a direct flight and be there in 6.5 hours or so. So I think that's a huge boost for anybody in the area who might be thinking about going to Ireland later on in the year.
Super nice. I like that thought.
So then, back to the GAA, back to Gaelic football and hurling. All the county football and hurling games has resumed, and this will continue, in fact, each week until the end of July. The league is going on now, and with the championship starting in a couple of months. The league is competitive, but not as competitive or as intense as the championship which will start later in the spring. For the more successful counties, the league is an opportunity to bring in new players, try new strategies. For the weaker counties, it's really a chance to get promoted, and because the league is on a divisional basis, and teams are promoted or relegated based on the result standings at the end of the campaign. But whether it's January, February, or July, or any other time, certain rivalries bring out the competitive nature of the sport. And if you have that clip, Kathleen, from yesterday, it was a hurling game between Cork and Tipperary. I think you'll indicate just how competitive it is, even if it's early February.
Yep, we got it. We'll have a listen.
Finish it out. Cork are going quick.
Conor Lahan gives it to Patrick Horgan, giving it back. Shane Kingston heading past the 20. He's got away from his challenge. Is this the winner? Cork! Shane Kingston! Hero! The Rebels are back! Are the All-Ireland champions going to be beaten in their very first Allianz League game of 2023? Remarkable. The referee, Fergal Horgan, is looking at his watch. The crowd of 19,516 are on their feet. Kingston the man. Cork the winners. Limerick the All-Ireland champions beaten for the very first time in 2023.
I like how it's the very first time in 2023.
Yeah. So, well, that commentary was from RTÉ TV yesterday. The game was played in Ardee in Cork, and with 20,000 people in attendance in early February, you know that it was a game that Cork had set their sights on winning. You have to remember, of course, Limerick are the All-Ireland hurling champions of 2022. So they'll be a target for every team that they play in 2020 in the 2023 season. So attendances for all the games throughout the country has been high, and very exciting, competitive year is expected. For anybody listening who might want to find out about the games and the personalities and the trivia and so on surrounding Gaelic sport, the Hogan Stand website is a good source. And of course, a lot of these games are being shown live on 𝐺AA.ie.
Okay, very good. And we were talking a little bit earlier before you got on the air. You stayed with family, I imagine, and maybe a few B&Bs. You got any recommendations for those as well, of places to go or places to stay?
Oh, in Ireland?
Yes.
Well, Kathleen, my stay this time was really completely, because of the wedding and so on, it was completely based around Sligo. And as I mentioned, that village or that town in Loughborough, I really think it's almost one of those undiscovered towns along the Atlantic way. But there is a place for someone who might be going to Ireland and they want to go to a nice bed and breakfast, kind of maybe away from the main tourist areas. There's a place in Tubbercurry I'd recommend, and if you don't mind, Kathleen, I'll give the name. I'm not trying to advertise, just kind of mention it because I thought it was a very, very nice place.
Don't mind at all. Go ahead and mention it.
Yeah, it was a place called Pine Grove Bed and Breakfast in Tubbercurry. It's kind of an older, stately kind of a home, but has all the modern conveniences, very reasonable rates. And so for somebody who would like to maybe get off the tourist trail a little bit and just stay in a nice home, a nice place, that'd be my recommendation. Of course, I might be a little biased, when it comes to Sligo.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that is a nice area, and it's not far from other bigger towns or places where you can get some great Irish music. I was going to say, what was weather like for you?
Fairly good, actually. When I was there, I heard about 6 inches of snow over here, so the weather over there seemed perfect. All right, Kathleen, I'll leave it at that for today. Kind of just getting back into the run of things again, and I really appreciate you taking the call, and it's always good to share whatever little bit of information I have. And so we'll be back to you in the coming weeks.
Very good. Thank you so much. I'm happy you were able to get over to Ireland and that you're back safely, and that the news continues with GAA. So enjoy the rest of your day. Get back on the right, time schedule. So
well, and look, sounds like Father Brendan might be giving you more news today. So you're definitely up to date with what's going on.
All right. Thanks so very much. God bless you. Yeah, that's our good friend Pádraig Keegan, and I think we're going to take things out of the line. We were skipping Sligo. We just heard a little bit about Sligo, but we'll play a tune there in a bit. Actually, it's one of the ones that Father Brendan had suggested, so we'll wait and see if we hear from him, because he went off to Ireland on Thursday. And if he can call in, this is the Sunday. So next up, we're going to go off to the coastline of Mayo with Frank McCaffrey, and then follow with the coastline of Galway with Margot. And Bruce, before we do, can I say happy birthday to folks? Labraha Hana, and we have plenty of people to be saying happy birthday to, including today Sheila Maloney, who assists with this show many times and was also over in Ireland, so we'll be hearing stories about her trip as well. But today we're wishing her a very happy birthday with family. John Mullaney is celebrating his birthday along with Michael O'Connor, John Sarge, and Carrie Sikorsky. Tomorrow's Dennis Hayes, Valerie Jackman, Don Kinney, Dave McCall, and Maura Mulcahy's birthday. On Tuesday, John Caragosian, Asher Perkins, and Noreen Swanson. On Wednesday, it's Victoria Egan. I didn't make mention of that, but that's Pádraig's wife, so very happy birthday to Victoria. Thursday is Mike Click and Peggy Lemke's birthday. Friday, my great niece, Julia Ford, along with Patrick McParlin. And we end the week on Saturday with Patrick Callagher and Nicole Mielbeck's birthday. So wishing you all the best as we go along the coastline, the Wild Atlantic Way, starting off in Mayo and then going on to Galway.
In my search for fame and fortune, I have traveled many a mile beyond the blue horizon that keeps calling all the while. I have seen all kinds of grandeur, but I'm longing still, I know, for the little friendly places on the coastline of Mayo. Belmullet and Broadhaven, Achill Island o'er the way, Patrick's holy mountain by the waters of Blue Bay, Clear Island, home of Ghrown-y-Whale, old Newport, well I know, oh the friendly little places on the coastline of Mayo. Far you travel, there's one place best of all, to be again in Westport is a wish I oft recall. If that wish cannot be given, may God grant me as I go one last look from heaven's casement on the coastline of Mayo. Belmullet and Broadhaven, Achill Island o'er the way, Patrick's holy mountain by the waters of Blue Bay, Clear Island, home of Ghrown-y-Whale, old Newport, well I know, oh the friendly little places on the coastline of Mayo, oh the friendly little places on the coastline of Mayo.
There's no other place on earth like the place of my birth, the place where I first saw light of day. There's no place more dear to me, or where I'm content to be, than the beautiful coastline of Galway. A little cottage old and worn, with roses round the door, is where I spent my happy childhood days. We would breathe the fresh sea air, we were young without a care, on the beautiful coastline of Galway. The woodlands and greenery, the wonderful scenery that nature bestowed in no small way. Only God alone could plan such a magic fairyland as the beautiful coastline of Galway. Some might think that we were poor, looking back I'm not so sure. We had many things that money cannot buy, like the view from our front door, looking out across the shore, where the great Atlantic Ocean meets the sky. Happy memories I have still of summers in Salt Hill, and boat trips to the islands far away, and the days so full of thrills on the Connemara hills, and the lovely nights I spent round Galway Bay. The woodlands and greenery, the wonderful scenery that nature bestowed in no small way. Only God alone could plan such a magic fairyland as the beautiful coastline of Galway. Only God alone could plan such a magic fairyland as the beautiful coastline of Galway.
All right, I already mentioned that the Detroit Irish Music Association members are going to be having a session here today from 3 to 5. If you want to find out more about this group before you come on down and perhaps want to be a part of it on a regular basis, you can check out their website, which is DetroitIrishMusic.org. They have a session here on the first Wednesday of the month. Starts at 6:30 at the Gaelic League Irish American Club and runs until about 9 o'clock. So that happened this past Wednesday, and they had quite a little group. So if you'd like to learn more this year, not too far into the year yet, that might be one of your resolutions. Learn more of the Irish culture, maybe even play the instrument. Come on down and enjoy the music. Also, a reminder that we are part of the Green Wave of the Cave Radio, where there's 4 Irish programs in 3 days. Started yesterday with Matt O'Donnell's Immoral Express from 1 to 4 p.m. in Studio 2. This morning, Johnny Costello, the Rebel Rooster, was on from 10 until noon in Studio 1. Here we are, Bruce Smith, myself, Kathleen O'Neill, with Detroit Irish Radio from 1 to 3 in Studio 2. And tomorrow, our friend Patrick Johnson has the Irish Music Cafe from 4 to 6 p.m. in Studio 1 with the help of Aaron and Dave Keem. So let your family members and friends know, and if you like the show, let us know that as well. We do have an email of DetroitIrishRadio@gmail.com. Also, you can text us at 313-942-0159 with any news you'd like to share. As I mentioned, the Wild Atlantic Way is the longest defined coastal touring route in the world. Whether you're interested in nature, surfing, diving, kayaking, arts and crafts, music, or delicious food, there's a whole lot of ways to explore this magnificent coastline. It runs for 2,000, not 25, I know, Bruce, 2,500 kilometers.
That would be around the earth more than once.
I know. You can't fool Bruce. He's right on all the time. And he gives this look like, oh, what are you saying? 2,500 kilometers or 1,500 miles. It drives, as I mentioned, through 9 counties and 3 provinces. And this is just a wonderful journey for so many people. They have it divided up. Of course, if you were trying to do it all in one setting, it would probably take a good month or so. But they have the Northwest, which is the counties of Donegal, Leitrim, and Sligo. And then there's the West, which is Mayo and Galway. The Midwest, the counties Clare and Limerick. And the Southwest, of Kerry and Cork. And very good signage all along the way. You may want to travel by car, by foot, there's paths, there's by bicycle, by water, or you may even want to hire a guide to take you to some of the spots along the Wild Atlantic Way. And wouldn't it be nice if we could be there with them enjoying it? But instead, we're going to be journeying like you through the music. I want to say Aberpadre Sonadini Atautin to those that are in need of prayers at this time. You're going to journey with us through the music, and hopefully someday you'll be well enough to make the trip yourself. On our list, we have Laura Bond, Judy and Tom Bruning, Bill Carney, John Couture, Kitty Durbin, Brian Dunleavy, John Finnerty, Bridie Flynn, Ed Foley, Betty Gowdy, Mary Gowdy, Mary Gold, Joanne Haley, Dave and Aaron Keem, Jamie Jones, Ann Kerwin, Kevin Lussick, Angela McGuire, Patty Martin, Rick McMurray, Richard McNichols, Sean Moore, Bridget Murray, Joan Nagy, Father Dan O'Sullivan, Ann Purcell, Mary Ann Quinn, Norm Root, Chris Scanlon, Mary Sheehy, Megan Tierney, Sarah Turner, Lexington Williams, Joan Wisely, Kevin Wisely, and your family members and friends, or perhaps even yourself. If you're needing prayers, let us know. If you are better and can have your name removed, let us know. And let's also keep in mind all the health workers, the caregivers, the doctors, nurses, those on the hospital staff, and our own family members that are trying to help you make a good recovery. Next up, let's see, we're going to continue south. You know, this Atlantic Way goes from the north to the south on the west coast of Ireland. Next up, we are going to go to Clare and then to Limerick. We have another local group here, Finbarnsrin, with the selection Out on the Ocean and the Cliffs of Moher, and then followed up with Paddy Riley, Limerick, You're a Lady.
Shannon waters, tears of joy that flow. The beauty that surrounds you, I take it with me, love, where'er I go. While waking in the arms of distant waters, a new day finds me far away from home. And Limerick, you're my lady, the one true love that I have ever known. As children, you and I spent endless days of fun in winter snow or summer's golden sun. We fished in silver streams, the fabric of our dreams was fashioned by your loveliness, and so I have to say, Limerick, you're a lady, you're Shannon waters, tears of joy that flow. The beauty that surrounds you. I take it with me, love, where'er I go. While waking in the arms of distant waters, a new day finds me far away from home. And Limerick, you're my lady, the one true love that I have ever known. The difference time has made to travelers on their way, seeking out the beauty of our land. At shrines the children play, and bells ring out to say, thank God we're living just to feel the freedom of each day. Limerick, you're a lady, your Shannon waters, tears of joy that flow. The beauty that surrounds you, I take it with me, love, where'er I go. While waking in the arms of distant waters, a new day finds me far away from home. And Limerick, you're my lady, the one true love that I have ever known. While waking in the arms of distant waters, a new day finds me far away from home. And Limerick, you're my lady, the one true love that I have ever known.
All right, a little reminder for those of you that were involved or wanted to get involved with the book club, the Story Circle here at the Gaelic League. They meet the second Wednesday of the month, so the next one is coming up on February 8th. I believe it's at 6 o'clock with Janet Anderson. If you have any questions, you can contact Janet at janetanderson1965@hotmail.com. And we have with us one of the people in the audience today that comes to those things. Maybe later we'll have Amy give us a little briefing about it, but Amy and Mark Hunt are here. And if you want to share what goes on at that Story Circle, you have been to most of them and find it interesting?
Yes, of course I did.
Okay.
I have a mic for you if you'd like to.
Yeah, would you mind? Do you have one right handy, or should you use one on the table there?
No.
I didn't intend to put you on the spot and have you leave your comfy little spot. It's not often that I see Amy and Mark being able to enjoy just a relaxed day together. And here it is. Let's see. Okay, we're Amy Hunt.
So a couple of months ago, Janet Anderson put some feelers out. Actually, we had a book sale here at the League, and she came up with an idea to kind of delve into the library that we have that's right behind you guys here on the wall, and take an opportunity to share Irish writers together, or readings that kind of inspired us, or things even that we had come across. And one of the main focuses that we started with is Peg, the autobiography of Peg Sayers of the Great Blasket Island. And so I know this next, a couple of days now, it's just Wednesday, at 6 o'clock we're going to sit down and talk about Peg for a bit. And this is actually from the library here. So there's a lot that's on hand if you want to come and just check out, have a pint, check something out of the library. Janet has worked to try to put a cohesive list together of all the books that are available. And so we just sit down and just have a pint together once a month.
And share about a book that you enjoy, or
Right.
that's Peg Sayers? That
Right,
you've
and
been-
Janet is a writer, so she's working on things on the side too. But I think the focus was just to give people a chance to talk about Irish literature a little bit.
Yeah. So you're enjoying it.
Of course I am. Yeah, I really like it. I like it a lot.
Can you tell listeners? And Amy really likes it. And,
I do. I really enjoy it.
And about how long is it? It starts at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, we usually it's about 6 to 7 or half 7. But
Okay.
most of the time, if you're inclined, you could stick around and have a couple more pints, I'm sure. They won't mind behind the bar there if they make a little bit extra. And sometimes there's other events going on, so, we kind of just sit up here by the fireplace and chill out together. It's nice.
Very nice. And that happened once a month. So you got it firsthand from someone that's been coming since it started back in November, I believe, or
I believe she started
or October?
December.
Or December? Okay.
No, I don't remember even. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. But this is all good. So thanks, Amy, and,
okay.
and thanks, Mark, for being here and sharing more with us. You have a chance this coming Wednesday. And talking about Janet, the author, she has written a book. During the pandemic, we actually had 3 books that were printed in conjunction with the Emerald campaign for our building fund. And Janet's book is For Each Other, History of Ethnic Fraternal Organizations, where she delves into the surviving ethnic clubs and fraternal organizations that are still operating in Detroit, including the Gaelic League Irish American Club that celebrated its 100th anniversary a couple years ago. Her brother, who's also very talented, Bob Anderson, came up with the idea for a coloring book. And there's 20 pages of different aspects of the Gaelic League Irish American Club and being Irish and different images that you can color, and it's called A Trip to the Gaelic League.
And he also did our logo for us.
Oh, for
Yeah,
Detroit
for
Irish?
Detroit Irish Radio.
Oh, yes, he's a very good graphic artist and caricaturist. Is that the right way to pronounce it, Bruce?
Sounded good to me because I could not do that myself.
Okay, but very, very talented, and I think you'd have fun with this coloring book. And the last one is Speak the Irish. And this is a fabulous book that the ones that are part of the Irish Language Circle, which also meet on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, they meet upstairs, came together and made each week they came out with a card with Irish language. It was like kind of a weekly language card, and the importance of the spoken tongue and all about the Irish Language Circle. And then they compiled them all and put it into this fabulous book. It's a nice little coffee table style, but it also is an opportunity to learn more of the Irish language through pictures and phonetic pronunciations. And so we want to thank Brian Bull, who is the Irish teacher, Jim Johnson, and Joe O'Brien for this fabulous book as well. And you can purchase them here at the Gaelic League. Anytime you come in, ask the friendly bartender, and someone will make sure that they go and get the books for you. All right, with that, I did get a notice right now, and it's pretty exciting to hear this from our friend Maureen Root, who is the one that is behind the scenes planning all these Irish Heritage Days or night with the various sports teams in the Detroit area. And the next one was going to be on Wednesday, March 1st. It's the Detroit Pistons, the basketball, versus the Chicago Bulls. This is happening at 7 o'clock. And there was a deadline to get in on the special for the Irish night where you could purchase tickets, and in doing so, $5 would be raised for the annual St. Patrick's Parade, as well as everyone would get a free Irish Heritage Piston t-shirt. And also there was, in the North End Club, there was various prices for the tickets, but in the North End, the seats included all-you-can-eat hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, pretzels, water, and soda. Well, the deadline was Wednesday, February 1st, but they've extended it until February 25th. So how cool is that? You still have time to get in on getting those special tickets that help fund the Detroit parade through the United Irish Societies, the St. Patrick's Parade, which is on March 12th this year. And on top of that, you have the ticket that includes getting a free Irish Heritage Piston t-shirt. So the number to call is call Brandon at 313-771-7466 if you're interested in those tickets. They run from the all-you-can-eat ticket is $50.75. There's a lower level in zone, $41, and an upper level in zone of $28. Once again, you can call Brandon, or you can email him at bgoebel, Goebel, at pistons.com. All right, with that, let's go back into some more music here. We have this time, we're going to go to Clare. I take that back. We were in Clare, and we went to Limerick. We're now going down to Kerry, and then to Cork. We're going to go Ballybunion by the Sea with Larry Cunningham, and then to where the Atlantic Way either begins or ends, depending on where you start, north or south, to 𝐾𝐿, lovely 𝐾𝐿 by the Sea by Mike Kearney.
To Kerry from the land of liberty to my little Irish hometown, Ballybunion by the sea, to walk along the old slip road where the breezes softly blow, and to get out to the ocean where the tides of memory flow, to walk along the beach down below the castle green, up to the lovely cliffs of Doon, the likes you've never seen, from Liscole to Ballylongford and back into Tralee. There's no place else in Ireland like Ballybunion by the sea. So take a walk down Main Street and see my friends from home. Go tell my own true sweetheart I never more will roam. Go tell the lads I'm coming back, that's where I want to be. In my little Irish hometown, Ballybunion by the sea. In my little Irish hometown, Ballybunion by the sea.
Down where the soft breeze is blowing, fishing boats rest by the quay. White sails are flapping and flowing in a lovely 𝐾𝐿 by the sea. Far o'er the foam I have travelled, lovely the things I did see. But there is one place I long for, lovely can sail by the sea. I'm going back to where seagulls are calling over the old head so free. Back to see fishermen trawling way out on the silvery sea. Soon I'll be seeing the old town. That's where my heart yearns to be. Singing old songs with the town folk in lovely kin sail by the sea. I'm going back to where seagulls are calling over the old head so free. Back to see fishermen trawling way out on the silvery sea. Soon I'll be seeing the old town. That's where my heart yearns to be. Singing old songs with the town folk in lovely kin sail by the sea. Singing old songs with the town folk in lovely kin sail by the sea.
Oh, we heard the waves, Bruce, huh? I don't know that you'd want to go into, well, some of the places along the coast are great sandy beaches, but there's a lot of rugged area in Ireland on the west coast too. Coming up this Thursday, a special event for our Grand Marshal, Kevin Murphy. There will be a Grand Marshal dinner honoring him out at the AOH Hall. This is being presented by the Knights of Equity, Daughters of Erin, on Thursday, February 9th at 6 o'clock. The doors open. 6:30 they have dinner served, and 7:30 is the Grand Marshal Award recognition. I've been to these events in the past, always been wonderful, and now I know where they get the wonderful chicken. It's Sobek's Chicken Shack Dinner. Always good, always plenty. Go back for more. The proceeds will benefit the Detroit United Irish Society's St. Patrick's Parade. There is an admission of $20. It's a cash bar and casual dress. Yes, it's just a fun evening to mingle with the Grand Marshal, Kevin Murphy, to give him some honor for what he is achieved and will be achieving more as he leads us up the parade route, and a chance to visit with other members in the Irish community. This once again is happening at the AOH Walsh Division Hall, located at 25300 5 Mile Road in Retford. Any questions, you can inquire at knightsofequity@aol.com. Tickets are available in advance, or you can just come and pay at the door. If you want to purchase them, you can use PayPal. Once again, check out their email address, knightsofequity@aol.com. That's this coming Thursday at 6 p.m. Lots of fun things with our Grand Marshal events where we can get to know Kevin a little bit more, and he will be here on the radio show on February 19th. if all goes well, we will be getting to hear more from Kevin. He's a very energetic, wonderful person that has done a lot for the Irish community, including to help organize the Motor City Irish Fest, which is a great event. And he is also in the group called Jam Rocks. So we look forward to maybe hearing a little bit of live music as well. With that, I may mention, since we're talking about the AOH Hall, that they have a wonderful Friday fish dinner. Whether it's baked or fried, you're welcome to come on out and enjoy all you can eat, as well as coleslaw, fries, and a roll. $14 for adults, $6 for children. The doors open at 5 o'clock, with food being served from 5:30 to 7:30. And they have entertainment that starts around 6:30. Coming up this week, February 10th, they have the group, the Classic Band, and this is being sponsored by Cliff and Claudia Scott. Come on out, enjoy a meal, and some great music as well. Once again, that is out at the AOH Hall this coming Friday, 25300 5 Mile Road. So they have a dinner on Thursday night being sponsored by the Knights of Equity for our good friend Kevin Murphy, and then you can go back the next night. Chicken one night, fish the next night, Bruce. Sounds like 2 nights of dinner planned. Okay, with that, we are going to now make our way. We're going to start from the other direction, from the south, and go north. So we're going to stay in Cork with the song by Sean O'Shea, Bantry Bay, being sung by him, and then follow it with Andy Cooney with Valley High.
Welcome to you, Sean. Nice to have you with us. I just feel that we're in the mood for one of your little songs. What would this be now?
Tonight I'd like to do something a little different, Bantry Bay.
Bantry Bay. And our own Frank McNamara on piano. All right. Thank you.
As I'm sitting all alone in the gloaming, it might have been but yesterday that we watched the fisher sails all homing, till the little herring fleet at anchor lay. Then the fisher girls with baskets swinging came running down the old stone way. Every lassie to her sailor lad was singing, how welcome back to Bantry Bay. Then we heard the piper's sweet notes tuning, and all the lassies turned to hear, as they mingled with a soft voice crooning, till the music floated down the wooden pier. Save you kindly, Colleen's all, said the piper, hands across and trippet wide I play. And the tender sound of song and merry dancing stole softly over Bantry Bay. As I'm sitting all alone in the gloaming, the shadows of the past draw near, and I see the gentle faces round me that used to glad the old brown peel. Some are gone upon their last love homing, some are left, but they are old and gray, and we're waiting for the tide in the gloaming to sail along the great highway to the land of rest unending, all peacefully from Bantry.
Is Ballyhide like it used to be? Are the Macs still there? Do the boys still stroll down the street in the evening so fair? Is my girl as nice as she used to be? Are my friends alright? Oh, what I give to be with them in Ballyhide tonight. Two men, they met in a foreign land, in a land across the spray. One of them left from Ballyhide and landed there that day. After a shake hands and a friendly drink, the other murmured low, come tell me about the dear hometown, come tell me all you know. Is Ballyhide like it used to be? Are the Macs still there? Do the boys still stroll down the street in the evening so fair? Is my girl as nice as she used to be? Are my friends alright? Oh, what I'd give to be with them in Ballyhide tonight. Each well-known place was spoken of, each landmark he recalled. In happy tones he spoke about his favorite music hall. Some street and some shop he inquired about, far across the tide. And his mind wandered back to his dear hometown, where he used to sing and dance. Is Ballyhide like it used to be? Are the Macs still there? Do the boys still stroll down the street in the evening so fair? Is my girl as nice as she used to be? Are my friends alright? Oh, what I give to be with them in Ballyhide tonight. He spoke about a lovely girl, he murmured with a sigh. Sure, if she had been more kind to me, I'd never say goodbye. Then the tears came trembling down his cheek, for his heart was sad and sore. But his sigh could be changed to a smile of joy as he recalled once more. Is Ballyhide like it used to be? Are the Macs still there? Do the boys the street in the evening so fair. Is my girl as nice as she used to be? Are my friends alright? Oh, what I give to be with them in the Kerry Hills tonight. Oh, what I give to be with them in Ballyheigue tonight.
Well, how appropriate. I just played a Cork song and a Kerry song, and now we're going to hear from Sheila Cassidy, who has a great connection with Cork and a family connection with Kerry. So how are you today? You must be smiling away with what happened last night here for the Queen of the Detroit United Irish Societies.
Yes, Kathleen, I actually have chills talking about it. It goes without saying what an outstanding committee that I have. We had a packed house last night, and we had 8 very, very beautiful, intelligent women that proceeded to tell their story about their heritage and culture before a live audience last night. It was just absolutely amazing, and you can feel the vibe in the air that St. Patrick's is around the corner.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh my goodness, yes. But I'd like to introduce our new 2023 Queen in Court. Our queen is Bridget Grum. Her first runner-up is Marie Hines, and her second runner-up is Maddie Tripp.
Well, how wonderful. Very,
Yes.
very nice. And I saw the girls here last week. They all looked lovely. And I'm thrilled that they all were there for the rehearsal and there last night for the event itself and did a fabulous job. So the rain isn't just to be in the St. Patrick's Parade. What other kind of events do you do with these girls?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, Kathleen. Anywhere they're invited, they will show up. They will definitely be at the parade kickoff, which is a huge event for the Irish, for our parade, basically. The 26th of February. I'm sure you'll talk about that later, so I don't want to take up time on that. But they'll be around St. Patrick's Parade afterwards. They're going to be at the Paint and the Shamrocks the Friday before. They're going to be at Patrick Joseph Party on that Friday night. You'll see them at all the sporting events that the Irish community promotes and sponsors, as well as St. Patrick's Day down at Holy Trinity for Mass. And then they'll be popping into the Irish clubs and organizations throughout the day. And it continues to our Irish Festival in June. And then, of course, the Queen is going to go to Ireland in August. So they're on the move heavy in March, but then it kind of slows down a little bit for them.
Right. And when they go to Ireland, you have a great connection with the court council and the dignitaries there, and the girls are treated like royalty. It's just a wonderful, between Corktown, Detroit, and Cork, Ireland. Sheila, you and others have made this such a special event.
Yes, as I always say, Kathleen, it takes a village, and we have definitely started that strong connection with County Cork, Ireland, and we will have the dignitaries here this March again, which I'll get in touch with you about that. But yes, and when they go to Ireland, it's like the red carpet is rolled out. Honest to God, the girls are in awe, and what is really exciting and good to see is when the girls come back from Ireland, they have this different conversation about Ireland and the camaraderie and the welcomeness and the loving and the feeling. In fact, one of the girls said this year when we returned in August, I feel like they're my relatives. And I thought, oh my goodness. So it makes myself and the committee feel very, very good that all the efforts, and we're doing it with love and pride for our heritage that we put into this. It's definitely a reward, not just to us, but to all of the contestants, the Queen in Court, and their families.
Very, very nice. Well, congratulations on your committee, yourself, and certainly all the young ladies that were there last night, and for our winners. Once again, Queen Bridget Grum, and first runner-up Marie Hines, and second runner-up Maddie Tripp. A nice group of young ladies that will do us proud, represent us well in the.
Amen. Amen. Well, listen, I don't want to take too much of your time. Thank you and Bruce for being there, and I'll let you get back to playing us some tunes.
All right, very good. Thanks so very much for taking the time, Sheila
You're welcome.
Cassidy.
God bless.
Yep. Sheila Cassidy is also the Vice President of the United Irish Societies. While we're talking names, how about we take a moment and thank those that have checked in with us today, and a big shout out and a hello, and are sharing today's program as we travel along the Atlantic Way and the destinations on the way. We have a big shout out from Endon Riley, the one that started off today's program with the song All Along the Wild Atlantic Way. He says he's from rainy Vero Beach, Florida. Well, nice that you're listening, and the rain probably is better than the freezing cold that we've had, but enjoy your time down there, Inda. We also heard from Sandy and Marty in Plymouth. Hello, Kathleen, Bruce, and Kelly. Kelly is our newest bartender here at the Gaelic League Irish American Club. Welcome everyone to come down and meet her. Hello from Mark Hurley and Shelley. Stacy Skinador. God bless you, Stacy. Wouldn't be a Sunday without you. From a balmy 38 degrees in Illinois. Daniel Martin, Bill Schulte, the Michigan Irish.com, Nora Fix. Hello to Mary Day. She said she'll be here for today's session, so look forward to seeing Mary. Oh, wow. Also hearing from Brian and Debbie Dean, Peggy Shimatero, Heather Connor, Alice Maloney, Amy and Mark Hunt. We heard from them earlier on the show, and they're still here in the distance. Thanks for hanging in here and enjoying the show. Maureen Gerard, Marcus O'Toole in Massachusetts. Oh, Stacy Skinador, how did this happen? Her birthday was on Monday, January 29th. We missed your birthday.
Happy belated birthday, Stacy.
We missed it by 6 days. Happy belated birthday indeed. That will not happen again, Stacy. I'm sure you had a good day, and we wishing you many more healthy, happy ones. And Mickey Tieran is, and that's Bruce.
It's my sister.
Yeah, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey.
Glad you're tuning in as well. So just a little reminder, we do accept requests. If you ever want to hear a certain song, just email DetroitIrishRadio@gmail.com. You can message Mary at Facebook. We'll get that message. Or you can also text us at 313-942-0159. But we do enjoy knowing that you're listening and enjoying the show as well. With that, we're making our way back up the coast here. Now we're off to, let's see, a little bit of Clare, then actually both of these are Clare. Cliffs of Dooneen might be on the edge of Kerry, and Sweet Ballyvaughan. And Christy Moore has the Cliffs of Dooneen, and then Sean Terrell singing, or the late Sean Terrell, Sweet Ballyvaughan. And that was where one of our past Gaelic League presidents was from, Frank Quinlevin. So we'll have a listen to those two coastal towns or areas.
Raindrops cling to the branches. The sun makes them diamonds at dawn. The birds sing a song for the whole world to hear. Nature just carries on. The winter's retreating, defeated by spring. Oh, how I wish I'd no care. I live in the hope you'll return across the sea to the Burren, to me, and to Clare. Ah, but is it
the memory of the summer I taste. You think now that would be long gone, as I lie in my bed in the morning alone. I'm without you in sweet Ballyvaughan. The gentians, they're blooming on the ocean of blue, as the orchids get ready to dance. The fields are all turning themselves into green, but still all my thoughts are on France. The winter's retreating, defeated by spring, and oh, how I wish I'd no care. I lived in the hope you'll return across the sea, to the Burren, to me, and to Clare. A fiddler's air brings a tear to my eyes, as the pipes tear the soul from my breast. I can still hear your voice, oh, that ocean so clear. Since you left me, my soul has known no rest. The winter's retreating, defeated by spring. Oh, how I wish I'd no care. I live in the hope you'll return across the sea, to the Burren, to me, and to Clare. Ah, but is it the memory of the summer I taste? You think now that would be long gone, as I lie in my bed in the morning alone. I'm without you in sweet Ballyvaughan.
All right, so let's get through the rest of this week. Also happening on Friday is the Step and Ceilidh dances from the Ardán Academy of Irish Dance. This happens at the Gaelic League on Fridays. If you'd like to find out more, go to their website, ardánacademy.com, or give them a call at 734-762-0997. Everyone's welcome, especially the Ceilidh. It's a great way to have a social dance and learn the steps for Irish culture. Beginners are welcome. In fact, I think lots of the dancers love when there's a new beginner so they can redo the steps or show them what they know. Everyone's invited to be a part of that. And then on Saturday here at the Gaelic League, we have Madigan's Attic will be entertaining from 8 to 11 p.m. And I just learned that there's going to be food available for purchase from our friend Tom Loftus. He is going to be starting off with something, I don't want to say it's simple, but something that most people like, and that's pizza. The Saturdays, February 11th, 18th, and 25th, pizzas will be available for purchase by the slice or by the whole pizza from 7 to 11 p.m. So if you're looking to come down and enjoy some music and have something to eat, and he will be expanding his menu, but these are all homemade, so that's, not store-bought or not a frozen one that you're going to pop into the oven. These are made by hand, and so for that, it sounds very, very good. We have our friend, the birthday girl here. Did birthday girl want to speak at all? Sheila Maloney is just back from Ireland, and I know we heard from Pádraig Keegan about a bit of his travels in Ireland. How about you just, or do you want us to sing happy birthday to you? No, you do not want that, nor does any of the listeners. So, Sheila, welcome back.
Well, thank
you.
Thank
had
you.
a fun time in Ireland, I imagine.
Yes, we did. We were there for 2.5 weeks. We went for the marriage of my niece, 𝐿𝐴. Most of you remember my sister, Kathy. It was Kathy's first child born in Ireland.
Okay.
Of her 7 children, it was the first one born in Ireland. And so 𝐿𝐴 married her now husband of a week, Tony Taylor, who is from 𝐃𝐞𝐭, and anybody who's familiar with the Gaelic League is familiar with 𝐃𝐞𝐭 to a certain extent because of the Murray family, having the pub there and everything. So it was really good. Porrig did tell me last week that he kind of made a comment how he was making it personal last week on how we were there. So actually, I would just like to inform everybody, apparently weddings in Ireland are now 2-day events, just so you know. They are. There's a day 2 in the pub afterwards. So that was the changes I noticed. We didn't do a lot of traveling as we were there, only, to me, kind of quickly. We had a few days of bad weather, and also we were doing a lot of stuff at the wedding. So we didn't travel much. We just kind of stayed around Sligo, Mayo, made it to Leitrim to get my nails done. But, that kind of stuff. But, anybody who is going soon, which I hear we have some travelers around, let's see, I believe petrol is $1.70 a liter if you're buying petrol. And I think it was around $1.75 a liter for diesel. So to plan your trips accordingly that way. I don't know the price of a pint because I never, that's Stephen's job.
You never have to pick up that
I
tab.
just kind of sit there. So I'm not sure the price of a pint, but like I'm saying, to get you prepared if you're going to be driving, that is the price of petrol and diesel at the moment.
All right, tell me, today we're doing songs about all along the Atlantic Way. Did you get anywhere near the coast at all? And is there any special place that your family likes to visit along?
Well, we usually do go along a little bit of that Wild Atlantic Way when we go to Croagh-Patrick.
Okay.
We've been there a few times. We've done it one time. We actually walked the whole mountain one time.
Oh,
that
wow. Good for
that
you.
was something else. But no, we didn't do any of that this year.
Okay. Well, I mean, you were busy with family, and did all of your children go over there?
Yes, all 7 us went.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there
Good
was,
for you. That was a fun family event.
Yeah, and then Porrig and 2 of his boys came.
Right.
And a girlfriend. So
Yeah.
they had Detroit was represented there.
Very, very nice. Yeah, I can only imagine how much fun it was to be there, and of course not forgetting your sister in the mix of it,
Right.
She was there in spirit.
Oh, geez, I'll tell you about that off the radio. But there was some.
Yeah, she was.
There were some signs. We're just going to put it that way. There were some signs. So.
She had her presence known. That would be Kathy. So. Well, good, and hopefully we'll get you.
Yeah, so I brought back some CDs. I don't know if you have some of these or not, so we'll go through these off air. But
yeah.
I don't know. Were you ever in the record room in Sligo?
No.
Oh my goodness, that place is still around. It was there. It's iconic to go to the record room. So I had to go in there and buy a few CDs in there. One of the few record stores left.
Yeah.
Really and truly.
Wow.
3 Stories in Sligo town. Great place. Iconic.
We'll have to talk more, like you say, after the show or whatever. But hopefully we'll get Sheila here doing the show beginning of March, maybe, and playing some of the wonderful selections that she's brought back.
Now I'm on the spot. I hope they're wonderful. I just bought some stuff.
Well, she'll be playing.
I'll be playing the music I bought anyways, regardless if we like it or not.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Not wasting that money.
No, we'll all critique it. So thank you, Sheila, for just popping in and on your birthday, nonetheless. This, what they say, whatever you do on your birthday, you do the rest of the year. So there'll be more
visiting,
and more radio. Yeah, I bet your mom was happy to have you come back home though too. Huh?
Oh yeah. She'll be sick of us in no time, but yeah, of course.
Very good. All righty. With that, unless you have something else to share, no. we're going to continue on our journey because we still have to make it up the coast to the north, and we're to Galway now. We're going to stop in Galway, Galway town by Norman Payne, and then follow it with the Chieftains live from Matt Malloy's pub.
In Westport. In Westport.
Yeah.
Now our girls, they all did a night in Westport. That was the parents were invited. All the young ones went for a night in Westport, and they got an Airbnb right above Matt Malloy's pub.
Oh, how
right
cool.
around the corner. Yeah, they got an Airbnb, and they were all,
That's where the Gannons were from, just outside of Westport. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Very good. Everybody's connected one way or another, because then you have the Morans are from there as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, how nice. I was going to say we'll have to hear more about that one too.
They didn't tell us all the details.
Well, we don't want to hear all the details anyway.
Someone had to sleep on the couch with a towel, so it was a good night, I guess.
All right. Did the guys get to see a game? I mean, Port talked about
No, it was in a dome. The Mayo was playing Roscommon for a small cup or whatever. They have a dome, much like we have here, like a lot of the driving ranges or whatever. Only seats 1,000 people. So we couldn't get tickets to that because we tried. The following week, Mayo played a game outside, 13,000. So, and it was sold out. So,
wow.
Who puts it in a dome for 1,000 then?
Yeah, crazy. All right. With that, let's go off to Galway and then follow it up into Mayo.
I've travelled all round Ireland, from Dublin to Mayo, from Donegal to Kerry, from Leitrim to Sligo. But of all the miles I've travelled, all the roads that I've been down, there's one place I remember best, that's dear old Galway town. If you ever go to Galway, just walk down by the sea. I'm sure that you will understand why it means so much to me. You'll see the smiling faces of the people all around. I'll not forget the folks I met in dear old Galway town. I go across to England and meet the people there. There's some from Cork and Kerry, and more from County Clare. Each one of them are friendly, but I have always found you'll never meet any nicer folk than those from Galway town. If you ever go to Galway, just walk down by the sea. I'm sure that you will understand why it means so much to me. You'll see the smiling faces of the people all around. I'll not forget the folks I met in dear old Galway town. If you ever go to Galway, just walk down by the sea. I'm sure that you will understand why it means so much to me. You'll see the smiling faces of the people all around. I'll not forget the folks I met in dear old Galway town. I'll not forget the folks I met in dear old Galway town.
All right. It was hard to tell, Bruce, but we were listening to Matt Malloy's music in the Westport, and in the other room we're hearing the session.
Other, yes,
yeah.
they're
it was
practicing.
like, okay, is that one really playing, or what is it? Just a little reminder, next Sunday is the Super Bowl, and there is a Super Bowl party out at the AOH Hall. I'm not quite sure the details, but what I have here, it says it starts at noon. I don't know anything more about it. But here, for the radio show, our good friend Angela Ryan is going to be hosting her annual Valentine's show. So tune in if you're looking for love. You can find at least love songs coming from Angela next Sunday. And let's see, what else did I want to remind you of? Next week, or not this week, the following week, there is a UIS meeting on February 16th at the AOH Hall, 7:30. And Sheila Cassidy had called in and said the big St. Patrick's Parade kickoff, just a little reminder, that is happening on Sunday, February 26th from 1 to 7 p.m. This year it's at the AOH Hall. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. Children under the age of 12 are $10. And you need more information, you can contact Sheila Cassidy at SheilaMCass@yahoo.com or John Heinzman through the Ardon Academy at yahoo.com. It is a family event day, lots of great music, step dancing and Kelly, as well as food, raffle, and beverages for sale. With that, Bruce, we can now move up to Sligo and 𝐷𝐚𝐝𝐲. And the only one we're missing here is another little Leitrim song, but actually we missed a second Limerick song too, so the two L's. With that, we'll go to PJ Murha with My Old Sligo Home, and then Daniel O'Donnell with Destination 𝐷𝐚𝐝𝐲.
Much have I traveled, many sights I have seen, since I left my home in that island of green. From London to Boston, wherever I roam, I long to return to my old Sligo home. How joyful that good day that we all spend as we walk by Glencar, so happy and content. In Hazelwood meadows I oft walked alone, mid scenes of contentment near my old Sligo home. For the bright lights of London are pretty to see, and the sidewalks of New York are so grand to me. But I change it all and never more roam, to take the road westward to my old Sligo home. To see great Ben Bulben and the High Knocknarea, and the sun reclining o'er sweet Sligo Bay, the Garabog River flows out to the foam, amidst the green hillsides near my old Sligo home. Farewell to that old home and the kind folks I knew, every song and story with hearts loyal and true. Someday I will wander back home across the foam, to take the road westward to my old Sligo home. For the bright lights of London are pretty to see, and the sidewalks of New York are so grand to me. But I change it all and never more roam, to take the road westward Sligo home, to take the road westward to my old Sligo home. As I stand above the starboard bow and watch the ocean foam, as I view each new horizon, I grow further from my home. I'm sailing on a foreign ship that's bound for Montreal, but I'll view the world and make my destination Donegal. I would make my way from Malin to Bundoran through Raphoe, or Port Salin down to Killybegs by Creasla and Dunlow. I'd wander round by Barnesmore Gap, on everyone I'd call, there beyond the blue stack mountains in the town of Donegal. Oh, Donegal, I miss you, and I'll never understand why I left you for these foreign lands against my heart's command. Whatever fortune comes my way, whatever may befall, I know I'll make my final destination Donegal. I would make my way from Malin to Bundoran through Raphoe, or Port Salin down to Killybegs by Creasla and Dunlow. I'd wander round by Barnesmore Gap, on everyone I'd call, there beyond the blue stack mountains in the town of Donegal. I know I'll make my final destination Donegal.
All right, just a little reminder that the Irish Genealogical Society of Michigan have their meetings here at the Gaelic League at 1:30, usually the third Saturday of the month. And in February, it's on the 18th. The topic is Michigan Online, Family History Tools for the Great Lakes State, and how that can help with your research. Also, Set Daily Dancing with Ann McCullum is back, and that's on Mondays from 7 to 9 p.m. Beginners are always welcome. Come on down and enjoy the evening and get back on the dance floor. We have time to make it to, we now have, this is, for all those little places along the way that we didn't make it to, we got a couple songs here for you. The first one is in Irish by the Poor Clares. It's My Irish Village. Patrick O'Flaherty, which is part of this group, is actually from Galway. So he is on the West Coast and more than likely along the Atlantic Way. And then we'll follow it up with Michael O'Brien and Philomena McGovern with Beautiful Ireland. I hope you've enjoyed the journey.
Is Cair de Hula and Rouge and Ruggle is Session the Lake Media Labradon the Hoor and even slave. Be my Sarig here and Luga baltig agus cairhór Chnád is steise da bhí médiam na bháin le lag híhan sléib Chnád is steise da bhí médiam na bháin le lag híhan sléib 𝐶𝐿𝐴 sin an mór tá sé lam amach rí Sáhals bhún in híhan sléib Na bhreathn síhaí gan brom ag hibredan sa 𝐾𝐿𝐴 Chun rud is fád a hálacham na ag siú cosán in híhan sléib An nád is deise a bhí médiam na bháin le lag híhan sléib 𝐶𝐿𝐴 sin an mór tá sé lam amach rí An nád is deise a bhí médiam na bháin le lag híhan sléib 𝐶𝐿𝐴 sin an mór tá sé lam amach rí
Beautiful, beautiful Ireland, with its hills so green. Beautiful, beautiful Ireland, the ocean's misty queen, where you're always sure of a welcome and a friend to show you the way. Beautiful, beautiful Ireland, I'm going back someday. I've seen the beauty of Boston, I've seen Niagara Falls, but no matter where I wander, my homeland always calls. Some may favor Fremantle, but I'd rather the cliffs of Dooneen, for I'm in love with my Ireland, the ocean's misty queen. Beautiful, beautiful Ireland, with its hills so green. Beautiful, beautiful Ireland, the ocean's misty queen, where you're always sure of a welcome and a friend to show you the way. Beautiful, beautiful Ireland, I'm going back someday. It's a haven of history and legend, an island of emerald green. From the beautiful glens of Antrim to lovely Skibbereen, my wish, my desire, all my longings, my hopes and my every dream is take me back to my Ireland, the ocean's misty queen. Beautiful, beautiful Ireland, with its hills so green. Beautiful, beautiful Ireland, the ocean's misty queen, where you're always sure of a welcome and a friend to show you the way. Beautiful, beautiful Ireland, I'm going back someday. Beautiful, beautiful Ireland, I'm going back someday.
Well, I've been having a good time visiting with Sheila Maloney on her birthday, of all things. How exciting that she should stop into the Gaelic League today. And hopefully you'll get to hear a bit about her trip in an upcoming show or so. But just a little reminder, next Sunday, Angela Ryan will be hosting her annual Valentine's show. And then I'll be back on the 19th. And on that show, we hope to hear from our Grand Marshal. Kevin Murphy will be here the second half of the program. We can learn more about him and then stick around for a pub quiz. And Sheila is back ready to go. All kinds of questions.
Trivia questions. I did get some trivia
Oh,
questions.
she's got trivia questions. Yikes. All right, with that, just a quickie, just a little reminder that we do have a session this afternoon from 3 to 5 with members of the Detroit Irish Music Association. They are part of 𝐶𝐞𝐭𝐫𝐲𝐢𝐭, and we call them DEMA for short, but you're welcome to come on down and bring your instrument, join the group, this little circle here, or you can just enjoy the music. It will run from about 3 to 5. The Grand Marshal dinner with Kevin Murphy out at the AOH Hall, being sponsored by the Knights of Equity, Daughters of Erin, is happening on Thursday. Starts at 6 o'clock. And Bruce is telling me that it's time to tell you to look at the website. It's we're running out of time. So we're going to have Dima play a little bit of music, start the session 5 minutes early. But thank you for tuning in to Detroit Irish Radio. I hope you enjoyed the Wild Atlantic Way on crbradio.com. This has been your host, Kathleen O'Neill, along with Bruce Smith and Mary Bongiorno, assisting us with the Facebook. Till next week, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Have a great week. 𝐶𝐞𝐭𝐫𝐲𝐢𝐭 𝐈𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡 𝐑𝐚𝐝𝐢𝐿.